Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, JW here, and welcome to episode 4, I think we're on now, of the East Lake Animal Education Centre. So, this episode has been a little bit difficult to record. Tried doing a speed build of the hab that I've just finished, and it wouldn't. The speed build itself was fine. The footage, it was the habitat itself was very tricky to get the design right, and somewhere I was satisfied with it, and it just looked messy even in the speed build. So there's no speed build, it's just going to be a tour and a little bit of talking, but it should be fine. As always, you can find me on Instagram at JW_YT. Let me take you on a tour. The zoo is very busy. Got our doll sheep. I've removed contraceptives from one female. Would help if I had my UI enabled. It's not this one, but yeah, one female and obviously the male have got their contraceptives off, and they have successfully bred. So there will be, there we go, offspring due April. There'll be a wee little baby on the way soon. So moving on from the doll sheep lemurs, I moved the little boy on, Oni I think his name was. He matured and I moved him on, and then our other remaining little boy, wherever he is, when he matures, he will be moved on to that looks funny, to another collection. Lots of gals. Is this him? Yeah, Hasina. So he's nearly in adulthood, so when he grows up we'll move him on to another collection. Swiftly moving on. I think I updated this a little bit since last time. I took a little bit of the path out and put this sort of planted bit in. Still quite barren and bare down here. Doll sheep viewing to the right. And again, reindeer breeding is going very well. But before we get ahead of ourselves there, the camels have a new themed shelter. Just because camels do get a little bit smelly, I've put some ventilation in here to blow through either side, and they've also got some enrichment and drink in here as well. Other than that, their hab is exactly the same as it was from the last episode. Reindeers then, lots of breeding has been going on. I don't think any of them have actually given birth yet. Let's have a look. Offspring due September next year, February next year. Yep. Oh, Bjorn is Bjorn. March this year. So this one's due to give, Ilda is due to give birth any moment really. Penguins doing great. Nice sizable colony now. Most of them are indoors. Yeah, wonderful. Moving along. Llamas are doing fine. Got our meerkat hab that we did last time. None of them are in here. They're all outside. Yeah, they're all here. So the fence might be a little bit high in some places for viewing, but we'll address that at a later date. Everything in there's fine. And now you'll see one of the new things. So this is where I've decided I'm going to put the lynx in this area here. Their habitat might not necessarily take up this entire footprint, but all the buildings required for housing a lynx and the care of the lynx and stuff like that, it will be within this footprint. So I'm thinking I do a a path that comes out here, and then some planting in here, and then you would have this path would be your viewing for our two lynx sisters, which will be housed together in a lovely little habitat. It's a very sizable habitat. Wallabies, they're all breeding. I think we've had some births. Let's just nip over the fence and have a look. So that's our male. Looking for a little female. Due February next year. She had a child? Nope. She has. Let's have a look. Tani, where is she? Oh, look at the little baby wallaby. Look at the little baby wallaby. So yeah, the wallabies have been breeding away, which is always nice, although, you know, they're not necessarily the least concern, but nice to sort of flesh this habitat out a little bit more. Since the last episode, I was contacted by the local airport that they'd had a customs seizure and they needed somewhere to house an emu. So we have another emu. It's not Lena, it's not Luana. Where is she, the new girl? There's Luana. We've had Lena. I think she's just inside getting used to the Nope. Come on, it's an emu. How can I not spot an emu? I'm very confused where she's gone. She's definitely in there. Or has she been taken to the vets? Yeah, she's been taken to the vets. Yikes. Let's up the food quality. You know, we'll do it to 3. Let's up the food quality. So our new girl's in the vets. That's spoilers that way. So I'll now show you what I've been working on. Actually, no, we'll get the other stuff out of the way first. Let's just nip over here. Pretend none of this exists. That's fine. So the farm, got the education. They're all alright in there, really. Nothing needs doing. But nobody's really coming down here. So we've got our merino sheep, our chickens and our turkeys over here. Of course, we have our fallow deer over here, which have been breeding, just to pack the herd out a little bit. Let's see if we can spot any. Oh, there we go. Oops. Who's this? Laura. Is this one as well? Yep, Marja. Let's see how many children Anton has. 3. 2 girls and a boy. Victor. Victor's... Oh, Victor's in the bush. So Victor will probably be released to another facility. Or the wild, but the numbers are fine in the wild. Yeah, only 1 male, so... Victor will have to go, I'm afraid. So... what should have been shown in the speed build, but ended up being rather messy, is our grey seal habitat, which is just here. I'll give you an aerial view. It's a nice sizable habitat. So we've got shallow, deep, island, sort of beach, and then indoor shelter, just for any adverse weather conditions really. Got a education talk point with some seating, because that's important to the education. Let's select that. It's absolutely fine. So they would obviously talk about the backstory of the seals, how they came to be here, and how we can help keep their environment and habitat clean and safe. So our first 2 seals are in here. In fact, there's one under this lovely little shelter. This is Whitby, named after the places that they were found. So we've got Whitby, and the other one is Scarby, wherever she is. There she is. Here's Scarby. So those 2 couldn't be released back into the wild, so needed somewhere to live out the rest of their lives, so they're here. But the recommendation for grey seals, if we just oh, we're near there already. E, F, G, grey seal, grey seal, grey seals. The recommendation is 3 to 8 females. So it wasn't fair just keeping 2 of them. So I did some asking around and spoke to some other sanctuaries, and they've agreed to send their seals to live here as well. So in total we have 6 seals, but there's only 2 in here at the moment. The other 2, actually 4, sorry. They're going to be moving over very shortly. So we'll go this way, because I need to set all the habitat boards. So it's a nice big habitat, very much more of a zoo habitat than a sort of city animal education centre kind of zoo. And I've said zoo twice there. But yeah, it just feels more grand and zoo-like, this one. And it did cost about 90,000 in total. Got these murals and stuff. I'll show you the shelter. It's nothing fantastic. Just got viewing window so you can see the seals when they're inside, and this bit's a little bit of enrichment, drinking water, and it's not got any bedding should they want to lay there instead of on the bedding. It's not recommended actually for seals to have bedding, but I've done it anyway. And then I've got this lovely commemorative statue. I'm going to put a sign there to say that this habitat was opened for rescued seals, and they'll live the rest of their lives here. Got lots of viewing opportunities for the seals. Oops, so you'll see. You can look over the rocks here, or when they're on the beach you can look through the viewing windows. And then you can view through the arches if they're on the little pontoon. Again, another statue, same kind of thing going on. Education all around the habitat, very important. And this should hopefully now bring guests to this end of the facility, not just here. They should start to come up here a bit more. So I've got this little bit of space here, don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Got this space here, not sure what I'm going to do with this. I've got a few ideas in the mix in terms of what to put in here. And then of course we've got our seals. Could put something in here, not 100% sure. And then we've definitely got our links going in here. So while we get our seals moved into their hab, all the staff now have their own work zones and everything's set up quite nicely there. we've told this coach that was here to move, and there's now 3 coaches that have arrived. But we're going to talk about this area as well as some other stuff in just a sec. Let me get our seals moved into their new hab. Again, all named after the places they were found. So you've got Maple from Mapleton, Breeder, Bridlington, Tunstall from Tunstall, and Skeggy from Skegness. It was all found along the east coast of England. All females, they'll all be living their lives out here at the East Lake Animal Education Centre. Just hit play, and then they'll move across. So we've got a lot of congestion issues along this path. And that's because this is our entrance, and they're all sort of bottlenecking from the coaches down, and then residents and people visiting are walking in. There we go, Reindeer's about to have offspring. But they're walking in, coming down the road and across. For the East Lake Animal Education Centre, it works fine. We might have to upgrade these paths. Got lots of litter, and this bit in particular is forming a very concerning bottleneck. In fact, can I just... I've made it significantly worse. If we just do this. And that links up to there. And that links up to there. And then if we do a path sort of straight in front, what winds through these trees. And then we'll have it link up to that path. And link up to that path. That might alleviate some of the issues. Just fast forward it. Liam is about to mature. Yeah, they're slowly sort of filtering around. It's taking a little bit of a while. Let's see if we can do anything else with this. We can make this bigger. Can we do the same at this? Oh Christ. Okay, that's probably done nothing in all honesty. I can't see because of the trees. Oh, well, that's solved the problem. It's not what I wanted, but it solved the problem. They are now starting to sort of circulate around each other. We'll deal with that later. So if I just zoom out, so this is the car park for the East Lake Animal Education Centre. Got coaches, but there's nowhere really designed for coaches to park in this car park. It's all car parking spaces So I'd like to redo the car park. And there's a lot of wasted space here on the pavement. So we can either extend it and then bring it round and make better use of the space, or we can add some green space in there and just cut this out like so, and then put some grass and some trees and some stuff in there. Same with this really, it's wasted space and I don't like wasted space. So there's this, but I'm looking at the lake, and let me just zoom all the way out. So you can see this is the area we've already got, essentially. That's the fallow deer down there. So we've got all of this. The lake is essentially double. So the lake is 1 and this is 2, if that makes sense. I would like to submit some planning application to see if we can drain the lake and buy some more land, because we've got a boating lake thing here and nobody's using it. There's not a single guest in sight, not a single person waiting for this boating lake. It's fenced off, so obviously this side's left for nature and this side's for the boating lake, but there's just nobody enjoying the space. There's nothing here. So my plan is to bring the Animal Education Centre to this boundary. So from here, behind these ornamental gardens, all the way down here, draining the largest bit of this lake, and then redoing the car park. So we can build a new entrance that's closer to the car park, that's more modern and more convenient. But we'd also need to preserve some of the lake, because, you know, it's East Lake in Dunswell. It's the East Lake Animal Education Centre. That's the whole point of it. So my plan, what I've submitted to Leslie, is drain the entire lake, because there's no birds using it at the moment. It's not that deep. There's got lemurs maturing. Let's just go ahead and check that out. I don't want the male Hasina, yeah. I don't want him maturing without us being there, because we need to get him out. Good timing. Release him to the wild. Yeah, he's got good genes. Let's release him to the wild. There we go. Now we'll head back over here. Some of the lake would need to be preserved. How I'm going to do that, I don't know. But some of the lake would need to be preserved. I like this island here. So I'm thinking, if we, from this jetty here, if we cut across, drain this bit of the lake, fill it in, and then where this boathouse is, cut it across, and then drain this bit, and then this middle bit, so here, essentially, if I can, this bit, that would remain East Lake. And, you know, we've accepted the seals from a wildlife sanctuary, so I don't see why we can't accept some ducks, some swans, some geese, stuff like that. I think they'd benefit really nicely from a habitat like this. Still within the boundaries of the Animal Education Centre, because obviously it'd be expanding. But we'll go from there. We'll see what they say. But I want to know what you think as well in the comments below. Do you think that draining this lake and sort of preserving the middle bit is a good idea? Because it's just a lot of wasted space otherwise. And I think we can put it to better use, both for native and exotic species. Same as this playground. You know, just walking by it with the kids, no one's actually using it, so we knock that out. Because Dunswell Park, there's this like open area here, which is really nice to be fair. But again, there's no one here. And then you've got Dunswell Park, the ornamental gardens. There's a few people down there. There's nobody here. And then the other bit of Dunswell Park over here. There's a lake here as well. Newly created by the Dunswell Zoological Society. Got our playground. And then you would head this way. And across the road, you can see everyone's just walking. Oh, they're crossing the road now. But this fence here, this is part of the land that I've inquired about purchasing to build a zoo, which is significantly bigger than the Eastlake Animal Education Centre. And I'd also like to absorb the Eastlake Animal Education Centre into the zoo. That's my plan. So we'll see what Leslie says about the lake and what the residents say. But I also want to know what you think. Do you think I should go ahead with this plan and utilise this otherwise wasted space? Or do you think I should leave it as it is? Let me know in the comment section below or on Instagram at JW_YT. Habitat cleanliness is an issue. That's the farm hab. And high amounts of litter. It's this area here. So people are now using these secondary paths, which is nice. That's what we wanted. Bins. Let's put some recycling bins down. Don't want any of this litter making its way into the pool, the lake, the pool. Put some litter, put some bins, can't talk today, put some bins along here. There is a lot of litter here. And I'm going to just pop one there. And pop one there. How are we doing for money? We're on a profit. The amount of profit we're making, we can afford a member of staff to tidy up. Out here, yeah. And habitat cleanliness still is an issue. Well, there's the keeper. So let's see our seals. Are they all in now? Looks like they are. Who's this? Skeggy. Habitat cleanliness, traversable area. Okay. So they can't actually use this, which is unfortunate, but might be able to do something about that. But they all seem really happy in here, and that's what matters really, is that the seals are happy. Yeah, they're really happy. I might do another food thing. Just because there are 6 of them. Yeah, people seem to really like coming over here and looking at the seals. They've got more than enough space. Oh yeah, they've got way more than enough space across the board. So turned out really well, this habitat, really happy with it. And all that's left really is the lynx habitat, and then just some finishing touches in this area. Let's just check actually. Energy's fine. Hunger. There's a couple of hungry people along here. Some quite hungry people here. There is a cafe there though. I'm not sure what to do with this area. I'm thinking some guest services sort of in here would be ideal. It's sort of the halfway point really, isn't it? You've got entrance here, back end of the zoo here, so sort of here is the halfway point. Yeah, some guest services can go in here. Let me just remind myself. Oh, that's my cat. Guest. So we have accommodated the seals as per Leslie's request, and more besides. We are going to do the lynx habitat next time, do some guest services as well, and hopefully she'll take that into consideration and not only grant me permission to start developing a zoo in this area, but also to do some landscaping in this area, preserving East Lake, but not in its entirety, because that's just a lot of wasted space, especially when there isn't any wildlife actually using it. So I think we cut it across here, we cut it across there, we maintain this as East Lake, we allow ducks and geese and swans and etc. to be rehabilitated and, should they so wish, to live out the rest of their lives on this lake. There will be other lakes in the zoo when it gets built. I mean, if we just quickly look at the land that I'd like to develop, got a hill here, we could maybe do something with that. We've got this massive wetland sort of lake pool thing here, so we could easily do something with this. There's another lake here by the looks of it. Yep, there's a lake here. And then there's this lake down here in Dunswell Park. So I think I might do that, you know, just go ahead and get the permission and preserve East Lake, but not in its entirety. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the comment section. That's pretty much it for this episode, I think. We've introduced the seals. Let's go check on a baby reindeer. How could we not? Oh, look at its little fish. Ooh, and it's a gold as well. And our European fallow deer is also about to have offspring. Of course, 1.9 and the Wetlands Animal Pack is coming out on the 12th of April. I want to get this finished before the 12th of April. Obviously we're using mods, so I don't want anything to break while we're halfway through a project. So I'd like to get East Lake Animal Education Centre up and running completely with Leslie's approval to start building my own zoo. And we'll start doing that. Who knows, maybe we'll start with the capybara. Anyway, I will leave you with our brand new seal habitat, housing our 6 rescued seals, all named after coastal towns in the east coast of England. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You really wouldn't want to miss out on another episode of the East Lake Animal Education Centre, or my zoo, which is coming out soon, or my recreation of Yorkshire Wildlife Park when I get around to starting that, or indeed what I started doing on this channel, which was the challenge, the time scenario challenges to a gold standard. There is of course another one of those coming with the Wetlands DLC. Either way, I've been JW. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. And until the next time, stay safe, stay kind, and stay creative. Bye bye for now.